All right, let's unpack this. Picture it. One stage, suddenly the focus of, well, the whole world, really. Over 100 countries involved, all eyes on winning just one title. It's quite a spectacle. Beauty Brain's National Pride.
So, based on these sources you've shared, we're doing our deep dive into the Miss World pageant that just happened. And the headline news, right off the bat, from your sources, Thailand's contestant won, and the whole massive event took place in India.
Yeah, and what really jumps out when you dig into these sources is, like you said, the scale. This was the 72nd time they've held this pageant. 72nd. And it absolutely lived up to the world part of its name, 108 contestants from all over the globe. Just think about the logistics involved, the sheer diversity on one stage.
108, that number. It really sticks with you. I mean, winning against that many people, it must feel, well, pretty immense. And your sources say that's exactly what Opal Suchata Chuangsri from Thailand did. Exactly right. And the setting for all this was Hyderabad, a really vibrant city in southern India. Now, the competition was clearly tough. The sources also highlight the first runner-up, Hasset Dereje Admassu from Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, okay.
So right there at the top, you see that kind of global spread the pageant really aims for.
It really does show how international this whole thing is.
Yeah.
The crown passed from last year's winner, Krystyna Pyszková. And interestingly, the sources mentioned some familiar names were guiding the show too.
They do. Stephanie Del Valle she actually won Miss World herself back in 2016.
Oh, right.
And she co-hosted with Sachiin Kumbhar, who's an Indian presenter. Your sources also point out this is the second year in a row India has actually hosted the event.
Now, that's an interesting detail from the sources hosting back-to-back, especially when you think about India's own connection to the pageant.
Yeah.
How did their own contestant do this time, according to your info?
Well, India's representative, Nandini Gupta, she did make it pretty far, got into the top 20, which, out of 108 contestants, breaking into the top 20 is still quite an achievement.
Oh, absolutely. And India, as you mentioned, their history with Miss World is, well, it's quite something. Your sources definitely emphasize that.
They really do. I mean,
Wow.
One of the standout facts in the sources you gave us is India's legacy here. 6 Indian women have actually won the Miss World title over the years.
6.
Yeah. The sources list them. Rita Faria was the first, way back in 1966. Then you had Aishwarya Rai in 94, Diana Hayden 97, Yuktamukhi in 99, Priyanka Chopra in 2000, and Manushi Chiller more recently in 2017. That's a remarkable record.
It really is. That history pulls from your sources. It just adds another layer, doesn't it? India isn't just the host for the last couple of years. They're historically one of the competition's powerhouses. Makes this year in Hyderabad feel even more significant somehow.
It definitely does. You've got this huge global competition, over 100 countries sending representatives, and it's being held in a nation that's not only hosted twice recently, but also has one of the best track records for winning the whole thing. It creates a unique kind of atmosphere, I imagine.
Yeah, it makes you look at the facts from your sources. Thailand winning, Ethiopia runner-up, 108 contestants hosted in India with those 6 previous wins, and see, well, more than just results. You see a story unfolding. So here's something to maybe think about based on everything your sources laid out. When you have a global event this big, hosted repeatedly by a country that's also one of its most successful ever participants, what does that do? What did that mix mean for the pageant's image worldwide? Maybe the vibe of the competition itself, or even, the pressure or pride involved for everyone there. It's a fascinating dynamic your sources bring to light, isn't it? Something to mull over from this deep dive.